what I want to do is go to my website here, and let's go to music, because I've done this. Songs. Let's go to songs. And let's go down to wherever I go. So I've got all the lyrics here, and then I've also got some mad director's notes that give you a little bit of insight of what it was that I was trying to accomplish and why I wrote these songs. So let's talk about Wherever I Go, this song. Let's start at the very beginning, and then we'll work our way through, and I'll show you step by step some of the issues and the challenges that I've been facing, and then what I think were two huge milestones that hit just in the last 2 days, okay? So let's start out Wherever I Go, words and music by me. I wrote this song as a Valentine's Day present in 2014 to somebody very special to me. Meow. So frustrating. She frustrates me like no other. But this song, as I say, I quit my day job. Well, my day job used to be account manager for an event technology / audiovisual services provider, the biggest one in the world. And I racked up about 800,000 miles over the course, airline miles. That was it. That was life on the road. So what I envisioned was a time when I did impress a girl, and finally I'm able to be with somebody in the same bed every night, hunching, waking up hunching. I was doing a lot of hunching in life. But then I get the call, or work takes me away, okay? Work takes me away. And I imagined this other person loving me as much as I love her. No, I do. I'm getting sad just thinking about it. I finally, and this is all fantasy, by the way. This is all made up, unfortunately. But I do envision a time when I've got this special soulmate suite, and whatever pulls us, tears us apart. I gotta leave for work, and she gets fed up with it. Right? Now, this part of this song is actually literal. This first part here. So, as I say, this was a Valentine's Day present. Well, I had just done a site visit in Columbus, Ohio. So it was January. And there was a freak bad weather in Dallas, Texas, where I was based at the time. And I was on the runway, but it's like 23 degrees outside, and it's sleeting, and so the plane had to be de-iced. So we board the plane, and then all right, I'm on this plane going to Columbus for a site visit, catching a plane headed out to Ohio. Headed out to Ohio. You'll also know, if you've looked at any of my stuff before, that I'm huge on poetic elements. And I had some great teachers growing up, and I read Shakespearean sonnets for fun back in the 7th grade. And I always thought that those were great. It was nice romantic poetry stuff. And I did poetry interpretation competitively in high school, and that was one of my favorite things. Also, of course, acting and things of that nature. But I am huge on alliteration, part of the hashtag Alliteration Alliance. I love to write with alliteration and rhyme and symbolism and parallelism and contrast and repetition. I can't stand simile. Simile sucks. F simile. Simile's the weakest. I rank the poetic method similes way down there. Anyway, Sometimes it works, but for the most part, if you find yourself making a comparison using like or as, take that out and make it a metaphor, and I guarantee you 7 out of 10 times it's going to work. Just go with the metaphor. Say something is something else. No, it's lack of, no, it's not like that. It is that. Turn it into a metaphor, or make it symbolism. Make it something stronger. Use a stronger poetic method than a frickin' simile. Anyway, here's some catching a plane heading. I don't know where I was going with that, other than just to rant about whatever happened to poetry and lyrics. Well, if you're looking for it, you can find it in my work. Catching a plane headed out to Ohio. I kiss you goodbye, you tell me don't go. Now there's a hole in my soul. A great big hole in my soul. Great big hole in my soul. That, at first glance, it's a give-up line, but look more closely. Now there's a hole in my soul. A great big hole in my soul. Use of repetition to showcase importance. Something that you find in Hebrew poetry a lot. Repetition. There's a hole in my soul. It feels like there's a black hole sucking out all of my heart inside of my chest. Great big hole in my... That's a very southern type country saying. It's a great big something. The thought process is here, I'm heartbroken about that. I kiss you goodbye. I'm getting all ready to leave here, and then you tell me don't go. Man, that just tears me up. Delayed for an hour as it's starting to snow. This is very literal. Okay. Thinking of you. Thinking of you is actually a song by Pete Yorn. Recorded by Pete Yorn. I'm sorry, songwriter person. Pete Yorn did not write it. But it's on a Pete Yorn album called Thinking of You. And I was actually playing that song. I've been thinking of you. You're on my mind for the 57,000th time this morning. It's a beautiful, dark, harsh song. Pete Yorn does it, and I feel like his interpretation of it misses the mark just a bit. It's amazing, but to me, this is a very personal and dark song. And I was playing that song as we pushed back finally after the de-icing. And then look at this. Girl, I want you to know. Yeah, I need you to know. I come back and use some parallel structure in the second half of this verse in repetition. Oh my gosh, what are you talking about? Mind blown. It's something very simple, but look, it's just, as I say, there are no throwaway lines here. I want you to know. Yeah, I need you to know. And not only that, now we've gone from I want you to know, first of all, and then it's an increase in desire here of importance. Right? Now there's a hole in my soul, a great big hole in my soul. I want you to know, I need you to know. So not only that, is structurally similar and parallel, but also the way that I have increased importance in that last line. Right? You getting that? Okay, anyway. You're with me wherever I go. You're with me wherever I go. You're with me wherever I go, so I don't feel alone. Repetition. Once again, this is one of the few that I actually for the chorus I'll repeat like this, just the same phrase over and over, because it works to demonstrate what it is that I'm trying to communicate. Okay, second verse. Telephone rings. It's now 9:15. This is all made up in my tiny mind. Last minute meeting in Philly. Tomorrow morning I fly. Okay, we got a little Philly, fly. We got some alliteration working here. Guess I'm a needed guy. Guess, guy, right? More of my life. So not only do I have some alliteration, but I've also got some, I like to use some internal rhyme as well, not just end rhyme, but where I can work in needed, steals, guess, guy, right? Try to make this as poetically rich as possible. As I'm packing my bags, you stand in front of the door, right? Sarcastic, guess I'm a needed guy. Work steals more of my life. 9:15 at night, obviously. So we're just getting balls deep into some hardcore porn quality sexy times. And I get a telephone call. This is not such a reach, is it? From those things that some of you out there have experienced. As I'm packing my bags, you stand in front of the door, won't let me pass. You say you need me more. We're both starting to cry, and I reach out to dry your eyes. That's a tough scene. Sitting there packing my carry-on bag. You stand in front of the door. You're literally you are blocking me. You're work blocking me. Blocking me from leaving, stopping me. We're both starting to cry. It's just we can't take it anymore. But what do? I reach out to dry your eyes. And what are my options? I can quit the job or not. I make the best of a bad situation, of a tough situation. It's not even bad, it's just in context, priorities. This person is my priority. My whole reason for being here is to share this life with you. But I need what? I need to support your superficial lifestyle. Daddy's got to work. So Daddy's got to work. There's bills to pay. So I head out, and the only thing that I can think to do is just reach out, dry your eyes, and reassure you that, hey, even though you're with me wherever I go, you're always on my mind, and you're always in my heart. You're with me wherever I go. So babe, don't feel alone. So you notice up here, so I don't feel alone, and now I'm talking to you. Now one's me, one's you. Same thing applies to us both, yeah? Okay, remember this. And then we get to the bridge. I may not always be in your arms, though I want to be, though I long to be. Okay? Once again, I'm using this concept of scenario, way I feel about it, repetition, and escalation of importance. But you're always here in my heart. Baby, can't you see you're always here with me? Okay? We get it yet? I think we do now. You're with me wherever I go. You're with me wherever I go. Okay, and then repeat. And then finally we get to the end of the song. We got a little tag here at the end. You're with me wherever I go. Girl, you know no matter where I am tonight, you'll always be right by my side when I close my eyes. I love that line. Love that line. Climax of the song, if there is such a thing. Dorado's Mad Notes. My heart goes out to everyone who has to travel for a living and leave loved ones back at home. I wrote Wherever I Go so we can let them know no matter where we go, they're always in our hearts. And then I talk about three primary methods of storytelling I use when writing songs, and something that we've just covered a little bit. And I go into this. Oh yeah, there it is. Thinking of You is a fantastic song recorded by Pete Yorn on his Back and Forth album. Back and Forth. Should that be F-O-U? Back and Forth, maybe? We'll see. The best I can do is reassure my love that even though we may not be together physically, she's always with me. Right here, wherever I go.